If you're a leader, a builder, someone who really puts it all on the line for a vision, you know that setbacks aren't just a possibility. They're pretty much a guarantee. Look, the true test of a leader isn't how you do when everything's going great. It's how you respond when it all falls apart. So today, we're not just going to talk about bouncing back. We are going to completely reframe this whole experience. We're going to explore how a major setback isn't an ending, but actually the first critical step in writing your greatest chapter yet. You know how it is. One day you're driving the strategy, you're leading your team, you're hitting all your numbers. The next, just silence. The big deal collapses. The product launch flops. Or, hey, a reorg happens and suddenly your role is gone. It's that sudden, deafening quiet after the chaos of execution. It's a total void where your future used to be. In any great story, this is what they call the abyss, right? It's that moment where the hero loses everything they thought defined them. For a leader, that's your title, your team, the metrics that prove you're winning. And when those are stripped away, yeah, it feels like a total freefall. But I'm telling you, it is a necessary and ultimately a really powerful first step. Your whole career has been about having a map. You've got your quarterly goals, your 5-year plans, your market analysis. But now, that map is just gone. The destination you were so focused on has been completely wiped off the board. This is that terrifying feeling of being totally lost, like a captain without a ship or a course. And in that disorienting silence, what's the first voice we usually hear in our own heads? Yeah, it's this one, the one that just declares, game over. It's our own internal narrator, just catastrophizing everything, framing the end of one chapter as the end of the entire book. And right on the heels of that thought comes this one, the crushing weight of all that perceived loss. All those years of 80-hour weeks, the sacrifices, the political capital you spent, it feels like it's all been wiped out, like your entire professional worth just vanished in an instant. Okay, but hold on. Let's just pause here for a minute and really, really consider this question. What if this isn't some final judgment on your past? What if it's actually an invitation for your future? What if this void is the exact space you needed to build something stronger, something more authentic, something that's truly yours? This, right here, is the pivot. This is the moment of truth, where you get to redefine what leadership even means. It's that critical shift from just reacting to your circumstances to actually commanding your response. It's about going from what happened to me to what am I going to do with this? I love this quote because it just nails the opportunity that's hiding inside the struggle. The weight of that setback, the very thing that's testing every bit of your resolve, that becomes the raw material for building a future with a much deeper sense of purpose, and frankly, a much more resilient foundation. So let's be crystal clear about this. Your story has not ended. The page has simply been cleared. You've just been handed a very rare and, kind of intimidating, but also exhilarating opportunity. You get to be the architect of your next big thing. You get to be the author of your own story all over again. Now, to write this next chapter, that old map is useless. You're going to need a new set of tools. You need an internal guidance system, something that works when all the external validation, your title, your budget, your spot on the org chart is gone. And that guidance system, it's forged from your core values. Think about it. When all those external markers of your identity are stripped away, what's actually left? It's your character, it's your principles, it's your word. These are your non-negotiables. They are the true north on your internal compass, and they make sure that every single decision you make from here on out is authentic to who you really are as a leader. So how do you make this practical? Well, it's a disciplined 3-step process. First, you define them. Get radically clear on the 3 to 5 principles you absolutely will not compromise on. Second, you stress test every major decision against them. Ask yourself, does this opportunity align with my core values? And third, you execute with consistency. That's what integrity in action really looks like. And when you start putting these values into practice, they become your strategic assets. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's the courage to write the next draft, to fund the next venture. Humility? That's the wisdom to do a real postmortem on what went wrong and actually apply those lessons. And integrity is the discipline that builds unbreakable trust with your team, your partners, and most importantly, with yourself. So, equipped with this internal compass, you are now ready for the final act. And this isn't just about recovering. It's about a strategic, triumphant return. It's about grabbing the pen and intentionally, deliberately authoring what comes next. And this brings us to a fundamental choice in how you see the world. You can adopt the victim narrative, where you're just a pinball bounced around by market forces and other people's decisions. Or you can seize the hero narrative. You shift from things happen to me to I make things happen. You trade blame for radical ownership. You understand that your best days aren't behind you. Your greatest chapter is the one that's still unwritten. And that, right there, is the ultimate truth for any leader. Your setback did not write the end. No way. It just turned the page and revealed this huge open space. And that space isn't empty, not at all. It is absolutely pregnant with potential. It's just waiting for you to fill it with your hard-won wisdom, your renewed purpose, and a story that is uniquely and powerfully yours. So the pen is in your hand, that blank page is your opportunity. You are the author, the architect, the leader of what comes next. The only question left is the one you see right here. What will be the title of your next chapter?